Thank you so much. Mr. Chairman, Madam Secretary General, thank you for your very important, strong words about us, about Ukrainian people, about Ukraine. Your Majesty, Your Royal Highnesses, ladies and gentlemen, dear Sweden, I'm pleased to participate in this conference and want to thank all participants and the Swedish society for your solidarity with Ukraine and the Ukrainian people. Solidarity is the basis of security in the modern world. This is one of the main conclusions that can be made from our Ukrainian resistance against the ongoing Russian full-scale invasion for almost 2 years. When a nation relies on solidarity from others, and therefore on the support, it can successfully defend itself even against a much larger enemy. A larger enemy in terms of military strength. We all know that Russia is now using against Ukraine and in hybrid forms against all of Europe the potential that has been amassed over the lifetimes of several generations. This includes weapons, industrial and economic capabilities, and Russia's energy potential, which it spends on waging its war. We must admit, this is a significant force, but still, I'm confident, and our results demonstrate that even Russia can be brought back within the framework of international law. Its aggression can be defeated. Of course, Ukraine would not have surrendered to the occupier and would not have put up with the occupation under any circumstances, even the worst. Every nation that values freedom has always to fight even when it is difficult or impossible to hope for someone's help, but to fight successfully, to reclaim what is yours, to restore security to people, to your region, and to teach the aggressor that aggression brings no benefits is only possible if defense gets strength from solidarity. Because the unity of many is always greater than any enemy's force. And whatever Russia does against Ukraine, we have proven that we can find the necessary counterbalance when we act bravely, when we act together with partners, and when we have an absolutely clear goal to protect lives. Now, in the time after Christmas, in the new year, Russia tried again to bring Ukraine to its knees with air strikes, large-scale attacks. Over 500 missiles of various types and attack drones, Iranian Shaheeds. Special combined attacks aimed at overloading our air defense and striking critical infrastructure. We are protecting the Ukrainian people from this, thanks to air defense systems and other weapons provided by our partners. Sweden has helped us in this regard, and this is one of the obvious victories of solidarity over terror. Almost all of the last year, Russian forces were constantly trying to advance on Ukrainian soil. They spared no human lives or weapons, especially artillery and bombs. But what has Russia achieved? Ukraine has not given up its positions, maintained the necessary bridgeheads, and destroyed the logistics, warehouses, and headquarters of the occupiers. We do not allow the Russian occupation to become entrenched. And one of the most significant contributions to this is the manifestation of Swedish solidarity with Ukraine, namely your defense support, the brilliant CV-90s, mighty archers and other weapons and equipment you provided to help our state and save the lives of our soldiers. And I thank you for your help. Political solidarity is equally important. It motivates the most its emotional strength and conforms to nations. They are not alone. Every democracy in Europe should see and be confident that politicians will not compromise the concept of European values if someone is tempted by the concept of spheres of influence. Values must dominate. And this is the case now. We see evidence of this in Europe's support for our movement towards the European Union. Ukraine received the decision it deserved, a decision to start membership negotiations. And this is precisely the political solidarity we need. And Sweden made a choice that also required huge solidarity, the choice regarding NATO membership. And I'm grateful to everyone who showed their solidarity with you and has already supported your entry into the alliance, as well as everyone who helps finalize this decision. I hope that the Turkey Parliament will respond positively. But political solidarity is not only in institutional progress, not only in who you are and who you are with, but also in what exactly you all can do together. 2 years of this war have proven that Europe needs its own sufficient arsenal for the defense of freedom, its own capabilities to ensure defense, its own potential that will allow all of Europe or any part of it to stand and preserve itself under any global situation. The alliance is good, but the viability of parts of the alliance is not just better. It is what will always help keep the alliance whole, effective, and a global security leader. And to create an arsenal for the defense of freedom, Europe needs joint weapons production, much larger scale production than now. We see that Russia's aggressive ambitions can be stopped only where there is sufficient strength to stop them. And we will provide such strength only together, in solidarity, only by working with each other to strengthen each other. Regardless of which political moods will dominate on both sides of the Atlantic, our strength can and should be sufficient to protect our way of life. Ukraine has already begun joint defense activities with Turkey, Romania, Poland, Great Britain. We have corresponding agreements with Czechia, the United States and Germany. And of course, our proposal for Europe to work together, to produce together, to strengthen together. Ukraine is already and will always be one of the most significant European donors of security. We strive for the best weapons and technology in the world, for our own security and the security of our partners. So joint production with Sweden is a priority for us. And I am confident that the day will come when we will be able to see the opening in Ukraine of the first joint production with you. Our solidarity must go this way for our common interests, joint security. And please always be active in protecting everything that is and can keep together the world, the free world. The more we do together, the fewer chances the enemies of freedom have to break us. Thank you for your attention. Thank you, Sweden. Slava Ukraini.